insight via animals. I was out doing a video not too long ago. I was talking about every creature likens to its kind, and the Most High made it manifest. All birds was coming right next to me. All birds just gathered up like that, in the video, and I showed it. The Most High gave me that, like He made it manifest. Yeah. You know, so there's things that the Most High He's doing now, bro. Yeah. Just stay on the point,
You observe the animals, and then you see the similarities in humans as well.
In humans,
which really does demons within them. Yeah. Which imitate like certain mannerisms of certain creatures that the Most High has created.
Yeah, and we knew we was able to do these things. Going back to herbs again, just to touch on it because it's not that video, but there's a signature mark when you look at certain herbs. What we knew, I know that ain't you know, our brothers, the Gadites and the Reubenites, they would be able to just say, oh, that's for your heart. And look at a particular herb just by its shape. Yeah. Right, they was familiar with it. Oh, that's for your heart, that's for your liver, that's for your kidney, because the Most High made it look like something that's of your within you. Yeah. Oh, that's if you take that, it's gonna give you potency. Yes. If you take that, it's gonna give you power. You're gonna have a better blood circulation if you take that. Which, you know, that future video we can do that. But because that's the old way coming back to us. Yeah. Carry on. Read up to 10.
Yeah. It says, verse 9, Job 12 and 9, who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this?
Yep. See that? That's what this is. Job. Job is sitting down in his situation, because we know Job, he suffered, but he have made observations, very, very powerful observations of his surroundings and creation, and which he passed on to us. You know, his question, he's asking these are good questions, because there's a question mark there. To the Most High, 10.
It says, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind.
Right, man. Most High's got, this is the Most High's creation, and everything you can learn from. Even the worm, you know, that's the point though. Even the little worm, you look at a little worm. What's that worm? What's the point of a worm? Let me just put my foot. When we was younger and ignorant, what's the point of an ant? And you just go and kill this poor ant. No, man, we know better now though. Yeah. And that's the journey. In the spirit, same kind of principle we apply to this truth. We know better now, man. You know, miss not the discourse of the elders, our teachers, because they are speaking of the old way. That's the old way coming back to us. I think that's the point, though, man. All right, what you got?
Proverbs 28 and 6. Better is the poor that walketh in his righteousness than he that is perverse in the ways to be rich.
Yeah, because a lot of them, you know, they're perverse, isn't it? How they got rich. You don't. Yeah. If you knew the stories, we know anyway. We do know how a lot of them, what they do. They all the kind of contracts that they be signing with the blood and the casting cat and all of that. And I'm glad I don't want to know too much. I don't really need to know too much. I know enough anyway now. But we are no longer ignorant in a small matter or in a bigger matter. So something you're just gonna, most are just gonna let you put you on that game for you to know, because you're gonna be the judges anyway. We're gonna be judging these people. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, that's it. So let's get back to Sirach 13, and we could end with this one, and then brothers bring out your last whatever precepts you got. Sirach 13. Read 14 again, and just read up to 16.
This is Sirach 13 and verse 14. It says Sirach 13 and 14.
Chapters 13 and verse 14.
God, this is Sirach.
Coming out again, I guess. Yeah.
Sirach 13 and 14 says, love the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation.
Yeah, there's only one way, and that's through the straight gate. Yep.
It says, every beast loveth his life. Yep. And every man loveth his neighbor.
Yeah, that's our fellow neighbors. You know, not the wicked, not that what we learned in the church. Not if your neighbor's an Edomite, she ain't your damn neighbor. Yeah. She's your neighbor, but she's not your neighbor. Yes. You understand? Yeah. But we know who our neighbors are. Yeah, carry on.
It says, all flesh consorteth according to kind. Yeah. And a man will cleave to his life.
Right. So let me just pause there. So what is the life? What did that son who was taller than all the rest say about those that were crowned.
They stood so stiff.
They stood there. That's he's talking about here.
Yeah.
Right? All flesh is sorted according to its kind, and a man will cleave to his like. Well, that's our kind. Right? And I like to say this, what I like to say is that there's when the elect come back on this side we're talking about, there's always a chemical reaction. We link up with our, the camps that link up with the central camp. There's a chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small, however it is, but there is a chemical reaction.
Right.
You understand? And brothers can break that down for themselves. So hit the last one, Baba Kushar. When I say chemical reaction, it's like, yeah, because we've met before.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
warning.
Yeah. Together, we're just going to a little bit what happened in Genesis 1. When we was all together, there was a chemical, Esau calls it the Big Bang, which we know is you can say that because there was a chemical reaction when when everything was created, when we got the blueprint, the Alahayim, the powers in the beginning, Bawa Asha, in the Hebrew, the beginning, there was a chemical reaction when the blueprint was given to Yahushua and the Alahayim to form the earth, the formaments and all of that, the animals too. That was a chemical reaction. We're back here again now. What is happening? There's a chemical reaction. It's forming in the earth, right? The chemical forming in the earth is the truth is coming back, or another word is I say chemical reaction or the paradigm shift, because the brothers are back together again, right? The elect, yep. That's the point. That's the point.
Okay, what? Two more.
All right, then go on.
Yeah, it says Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
I tell you what. Read up to 21.
Go on. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna people like Vocab Malone and the men of the Lord. There's a repelling, man, and all the false Christians too, the pastors. There's no attraction. It can't work.
Yeah,
you can't. We repel each other. Let's not lie about it. You don't really like us. We've seen you. There's evidence where you've shown you don't like us. Yeah. It goes back It goes back to who you are, which brothers are saying who you potentially are coming back. It's a repelling. There's no attraction there, right? As it's saying there. Carry on.
Opposite forces don't.
Yeah, just like brothers who deal with who have to deal with their bosses or their fellow colleagues. That's who they are. Their bosses, their fellow colleagues at work, but they don't. There's a repelling there. They ain't going home together. You know what I mean? There's nothing. They ain't got nothing in common. As soon as the brothers get the opportunity, them gone.
Yeah, do your job and go.
Regardless of all the questions that they get asked.
Yeah.
Anyway, just to stay on the point.
It says in verse 18, Sirach 13 and 18, what agreement is there between the hyena and the dog?
You want to break that down? We already said about watching the animals.
Yeah, it's true because really hyenas really realistically they're actually way larger than dogs in reality as well. A dog more so. Obviously, scriptures talk about wild beasts and of course livestock as well in terms of the ones you can own on the farm. The hyena you could liken that as a wild beast. Yeah. So a wild beast, you can't really tame that one. But for a dog, of course, a dog can be trained and tamed as well. Yeah. So that's just the general rule of things. And hyena and a dog, they're both separate, man. Yeah. So
you got a wild animal, you got a domestic animal. But in the jungle as well, you got the lion, and you ever watch them lions and when they face off with hyenas?
Oh yeah.
Or
they pack around them.
Go on.
Yeah, hyenas. Obviously, in the documentaries, sometimes you see that the hyenas they move in packs and then try to surround and frustrate the lion. Yeah. They try and nip it a little bit, until it gets tired, and then but the lion really don't get tired. Most of the time, it does, but it fights back generally.
Well, the lion is the king of the jungle, brother. Let's get that one right. Anyway, the lion is the king of the jungle. But if you ever see them hyenas with if if they take their eyes off their cubs, them lions, and that's most cubs anyway in the jungle, lion breaks their necks, bro.
Yeah.
So there's no agreement, man. You know, even in the jungle, you got the domesticated. You may have a cat and a dog. They, you got to keep your eye on them because at any moment their nature might come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dogs are predatory animals. Cats are more, you might say a bit more sort of like, well, they
domestic.
Yeah, they're kind of more reserved. But anyway, that's the point. We don't need to get caught up into that. They don't agree, man. In the jungle world, it's a real. That's why it's a jungle world, man.
Yeah.
So you have a concrete jungle too, and everybody wants to act. Vocab Malone, all you are is you get some good points for being an actor, but you hate black people. We're not stupid here. We've been in the Christian church, and now I know who you are. I know who these people are in the Christian church. I know the pastor. I know the naive woman that love to run up and give their money. I know you. I know you're naive, and I know you're fooling yourself. Right? We know all about that. Say no more, man. Yeah, there's no agreement. Anyway, yeah, just finish it off.
Yeah, it says hyena and a dog, and what peace between the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
It says, as the wild ass, which is a donkey.
A lot of people just be loving to fool themselves in the Christian church. It's a big con.
It's ego.
The women con themselves. Oh, my pastor loved me. And you try and buy yourself in, to be a part of it by giving all your savings. You're just fooling yourself. The men fool themselves. The women them love them. There's always a divorce, round the corner. But they have to act like, we're coming with a big smile on their face, like everything nice. They now get nothing. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, man. But I might get angry. Anyway, go back.
As the Sirach chapter 13 and 19, as the wild ass is the lion's prey, so as the donkey is the lion's prey.
Yeah.
In the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
There's so much in this. Sirach is a book. It's full of it, man. It's so much in this. This is heavyweight. You wanna break it down, Baba Kusha?
Yeah, that's really it. Just in terms of like the general wisdom.
Yeah.
It's all there within the book of Sirach. But as it says here in 19, it says, so the rich eat up the poor. So, those of whom are rich, Esau, Edom, these Edomites, they target the poor.
Yeah.
That's why they make all these rules to try and frustrate Drake.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about how times progress from, let's say from the 2000s up till now, 2026, it's that, Esau's always been pushing these laws to try and put Jake down, just
trying
make
to put
things
us
hard.
back into slavery.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Nero 47. That's what they want to do. Because they despise the poor.
Yeah.
They don't want this poor to have no kind of rights. They've got all these laws. If you want to go to other countries, you need all kind of just to drive your car. You need to pay this. You need to pay that.
Taxes.
They despise you. It's all to keep you down, keep you oppressed.
Yeah.
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 Verse 20 now says, as the proud hate humility.
Yeah, and they hate you. You think, oh, let me just be humble. Oh, Martin Lucifer Kuhn. Oh, we're gonna love them. We're gonna win them over with love. They walk one person. You can maybe still pull it up on YouTube. Just walked up to him and lick him in the head with a rock.
You see,
that's how they felt about him with his humility. They just saw that as an opportunity to rock him up, to just give him some licks. That's why you had the contrary with By All Means Necessary. What was his name, man? By All Means Necessary. You had Martin Lucifer Kuhn to beat them with love.
Yeah, what about Malcolm X?
And then that's the one. Malcolm X said, but he was opposite. He had a radical approach.
Right.
That don't work. He said that don't work. We're gonna have to by any means necessary. Okay. Don't get into all the details. But by the way, disclaimer: Yehoshai, we're waiting. We're waiting on him to return. Wait upon me. Anytime you mention Malcolm X, anytime you mention him, just give a disclaimer. So Yehoshai, when he returns, we're waiting upon him, right? As the scriptures say. Right, that's where the justice is going to be back in the earth, and he's doing it. It's taking place now. Everything's being put right side up again.
Yeah,
Now, why are we hearing about over here? Is it the Philippines, over there in the Philippines?
Venezuela.
Earthquakes, Venezuela as well.
Yeah.
Philippines and Venezuela, you had a 6.2 and then a 6.5 earthquake. And the amount of people, the death toll is still rising. That, what did Yahushua say? All these things you start to see, and then you know my presence is near. So this is a sign that is right. These are all the signs we see that is
redemption,
on his return. Right. You want to get that?
I get it.
Are you looking for it?
I get it for you.
Get it, Bible Shop. And then we get back to that. Yeah, so the signs are here, right? The big brothers are being prepared. The 144,000. The Yahushua, the son of Yahweh, is being on his way. He's the role model. He's gonna be acknowledged, right? And they ain't gonna be able to do what they did to him when he was on the earth.
No way.
And that's Revelation. Someone can hold that too. Since we're talking about Yahushua, Revelation. Let's get the dust off it. Revelation 1 and 7. Yeah, to back up that.
Right. Again, Luke 21 and 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
See? Right, and that's what we're doing. We're keeping our heads up. Keep your heads up. Look up. Because that's the signs we're seeing. Keep looking up. And if we was to look up, just literally look up, we would see our big brothers as well going to and fro. You know, the chariots going to and fro. And they're about business, right? The hitmen. That they're coming to collect, and when they come to collect, they don't go back to the Most High empty-handed. You're talking about real hitmen here, right? You understand?
Marksman, real marksman.
What was that? What was that name we pulled up earlier on? I don't know. I hate when I get them film mental. No, that movie, the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, Kruger or something.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I just got to try and keep my once I get a mental block, the only way to cure it is to keep on trying to go back to it and mentioning the name. Freddy Krueger, but he's an example of a spirit created for vengeance, man. And he was like the terror of the Lord, a representation of the terror of the Lord. He'd get you, and there's nothing you'll be able to. You can't run. Yeah. You know. So
Revelation 1 and 7. Yeah. This is Revelation 1 verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds." And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen.
Yeah, and he don't miss, man. You know, and talk about vindictive. Sometimes there's things that happen to you might not forget, you know, and it ain't vindictive. Some bad things. You got something to say?
No, I was gonna say, because sometimes something may have happened in your past life.
And it could be your past life.
Get little glitches here.
Yeah.
Maybe a dream, or certain things certain things might irritate you, and then you're wondering, why is this irritating me?
Yeah.
You don't know what happened in your past.
Life. True. Yep.
Some slave master did something, and then
Yep.
You get a little weird feeling.
What's that little guy? That guy got his face beaten up.
Emmett Till.
Boy, I got to get vengeance for him. I've always had that spirit about me about that. I don't know if but it's, as you say, some things it's like a glitch in the matrix. Yeah. That's got to be righted, bro. Anyway, so the point is that he hasn't forgot. Yahushua hasn't forgot certain things we may need to avenge, and that's therapy. That's real therapy.
Of course,
it is righteous on the Most High's part to pay back tribulation to those that
righteous judgment
made tribulation for you. Righteous judgment.
You're right.
So some things is in our spirit. It needs to be cleared up and ironed out, as they say.
They call it unfinished business.
The water.
Unfinished business.
Yeah, there's some unfinished business need to be ironed out. Esau, nipped in the bud. It need to be nipped in the bud. So we're talking about the rich man. Let's carry on reading down to 21.
Right, so Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and 20.
Yeah.
As the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor.
Yeah, that's why they want us back in back in chains again. AKA the MOTB. That's their way. This digital MOTB, the mark of the beast. That to them is gonna put us back where we be in their minds, where we belong. They hate humility. They hate all that So please, they never had no mercy on us. So we ain't gonna have no mercy for them.
True.
Right? So that's where they, via Nero 47, and the term was given Nero 47 because that's all the past presidents that he came following on from. The former presidents, 47 before him. So the name was coined Nero 47, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's what his agenda was. They hate humility, right? They trample you down. You beg God to them proud men and beg for them for mercy, right? Shine my shoes, boy, and I look down on you, right? Anyway, last one, Baba Kusha.
Ecclesiasticus 13 and 21 says, a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust and also away by his friend.
Yeah, so that has to be put right side up again. This is the way of this kingdom. The just man get praises and glory and respect. Clive James is gone anyway. That's
Clive Davis or Clive James.
What? I'm going to have to make a correction for one of my previous videos. I said I was going to do it because I mispronounced the name. When I say, if I ever say in future Clive James, I really mean Clive Davis. But that's the mental block that like sometimes you got to deal with that. But anyway, Clive Davis, most I call him back to the spirit world. This is the spirit. This is the way of this kingdom. But the Most High acquireth back that which is past. So yes, they're gonna maybe Whitney Houston might have him on his cotton field, or Shaka Khan, or even P Diddy, because he's gonna be. We believe he's an Israelite. He may have Clive Davis on his cotton field and making him, put that work in to pay back the debt, because everything's gonna be right the right way around. And I wouldn't mind visiting his plantation in it as well. Give him a little, Puff Daddy, which he ain't gonna be him then. I don't know. He could come back. He could come back through me. I don't know how the plans, but we're going to visit all these people. Lord willing, it's going to be fun in the kingdom, man. I've said enough, man. Brothers, bring out what you got and we're going to close, man.
I got it here. Yeah. Oh, but you're not closing it yet.
No, bring out what you got.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Lord our power and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Yeah, this is talking to the elect, right? That's why we're standing and missing to the best of our ability, keeping up with the trends, what's going on in Israel, right? The general census, continue with keeping the medicine strong. The Most High has opened up the floodgates now for us. We're not one of any matters, ignorant or small. We're going to build on them, Lord willing. We're going to build on those things, what we got, and Lord willing, go from glory to glory, as was said. You know what I mean? Because we're seeing the downfall of our enemy. It says how the rich man beginning to fall is held up. See, this is unrighteous, bro. This is unrighteous, man. You know what I mean? A man who exploited you, want to hold him up, man. You ain't right in your head. But anyway, Yehoshua going to return and put all of that right, man.
One more verse. For the Lord our power shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Yep, that's right. Right? Again, a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friend, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friend. So that can't go on. That can't go on that ain't gonna go on. That's gonna be nipped in the bud.
Yeah.
The righteous man, led by Yehoshua, you're gonna put everything right side up again. So continue to do what you're doing, stay in your lot and keep to the best of your ability. Stay in your course. As a matter of fact, we opened with, let's get it, let's close with it, man. Is it
Ecclesiastes 8 and 9?
Yeah, let's close with it.
Ecclesiasticus 8 and 9.
Biblical shot.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 8 and verse 9. It says, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth.
Yeah, man. Enough said. Close out as well.
Yeah, so you have to find it edifying and exhorting. Shalom Akim, and also on to the next one. Shalom.
Shalom.